Get started. Mike, if you'll do the mandala for us.
Sashi Puki Jokshing Me Tok Trom Rirabling Shi Ninde Gampadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Jokunam Dakshing La Drupar Shok Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami.
I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the song of the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration and wisdom, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the song of the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration and wisdom, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the song of the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration and wisdom, I will become a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. Okay, so first off is rejoicing. Let's go. Olga, what do you have to rejoice
Hello, everybody. I'm rejoicing. I'm in English channel. Do you hear me? Okay, dear Lama Sumati, do you hear me?
Yeah, I thought I
Okay,
had it connected.
okay, thank you. So I'm rejoicing for the fact that I have time and possibility to translate you and this precious wisdom and connect people with this wisdom and connect you, dear teacher, with all beautiful students. So I'm rejoicing for the fact that I have time, that I have mind, and I can translate you. So I'm happy for this.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm just always in awe of the translators. Okay, who's next on my? Let's see. I've got Anna. You're next.
Hello, dear Venerable Sumati. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I understand that you can hear me. Hello, dear Venerable Sumati. Hello, everyone. About my rejoicing, I shared some information about an art event in my town, and I was surprised in good positive way that many people are interested in this event and want to participate, and so that there are some benefits for some categories of people. For example, for students, this event will be free without any payment. And I am very glad that I connected people with some art event. Thank you.
Very good. Well, rejoice in the fact that that's setting up the seeds for you to get the information you need about teachings and other things. So, very good. Okay, who's next? Mike.
Good morning. I want to rejoice that I'm hosting like study groups for this like completion karma thing, and there's three different ones and they all have different people attending, so I'm getting to go over all of the information three different times. So it's really helpful to like get that, like to review it so many times. And I just want to rejoice that by doing that I will have a more thorough and like steady understanding of the information, and I dedicate all of the seeds that for everyone it is helping. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. That's a powerful opportunity for you. Okay. Rick, I don't know. I don't think we explained. At the beginning of each class, we do what we call rejoicing practice. And that's where you rejoice in something you or someone you have done or something you've seen others do that are positive deeds. So, okay. Daria.
Venerable Sumati. Oh, I'm rejoiced. I don't know, it's rejoice, but I saw my emotion. I was offended today, not irritated, but offended. Yes, when I was a child, I always offended my mother, my father, my brother, all people sometimes. And it was hard to stop. And my ego, it was big because elder woman say me I'm wrong, but yes, it was I'm wrong because me and his her not son, it's not son, didn't say where we go. We go to our class, and she found him a lot of time. And when I opened the telephone, say, "Oh, she found," and no, I said to her, but she don't understand, and it's my wrong, and I'm very upset, and I did tanglen to her because I I must come back and say it twice, maybe three times to this woman. Yes, and
Oh,
I'm
good. You're working on it. That's all we
yeah.
can. You recognize it, and we're working on it. We're not going to be perfect at it. It's a lifelong practice. So keep working at it. It'll all come to fruition. Okay, let's go for next. Katya.
Hi, hello everyone. I want to rejoice that I'm having the opportunity to attend Kyoto's event. So I'm very happy about that, and I believe that it is the result of creating the conditions for a Hik's retreat with
Oh,
Lama Sarani and you.
very good. It's your first time to Japan?
Yes.
Wow, Kyoto. When I was in Kyoto in 1968, as a 15-year-old, several things stood out. One, I was 6'3" at the time. I was much taller than everybody else. And they always walked by me giggling because they point and they look at me like I have some kind of oddity. My brother's pretty tall too. The second thing I remember was the plastic artificial food they displayed in the windows of the restaurants. It looked very realistic, but it was artificial. And the third thing was going up the Kyoto TV tower. We went up that. My dad and my brother and I went up that. So that's what I remember about Japan. I just remember especially the women laughing as I walked by and they cover their mouth and point, cover their mouth. It was very, very amusing. Okay. Awilda, what do you have to rejoice in? There we go.
There we go. I rejoice that I got on. I finally found it. I was searching all over the place. I am not good with the internet. I rejoice that I have a friend that we almost every day, at least every week, 4 or 5 times a week, we get together to talk about our lives and what's happening, and always talking about the Dharma. She's not a Buddhist, but she knows I am a Buddhist, and she she's interested and she believes in a lot of things. She sees a lot of things of the Dharma happening in her life and understands it and realizes it, but she has a lot of reservation. So I always tell her, just shelf it, just put it on the shelf, just, don't poo-poo it, just let it be. It's okay. We are where we are. But she always asks me to talk in terms of what's happening in her life, and she talks to me about what's happening in her life, and then how the Dharma spin on it, the Buddhist teachings on it. She had a lot of drama in her life with her brothers and her sisters, and so I'm very grateful that I have this friend. She keeps me on my toes. She keeps me aware of the teachings, and keeps my teachings in practice, and keeps me in check in terms of what to say and what not to say. And I've learned a lot in talking to her and realizing she's not ready for certain things, and I have to be very careful on how I speak with her. And it's okay. And if I do say something that upsets her or rattles her, it's okay. We've been friends since 1990, almost as long as I've been with the Dharma, and we always are able to manage the friendship and work through whatever differences we have. So I'm very grateful for this friend, because sometimes
Yeah.
I live and I'm kind of isolated. So
Yeah. Excellent. Well, you're setting the seeds to have the help you need. And it's as long as and it sounds like this is true, as long as you make sure she doesn't leave upset with not understanding something.
yeah.
That's very important. Okay, who's Svetlana? You're next.
Hello, the Venerable Sumati. Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to rejoice in efforts of handling irritating people. Like some person was bombarding me with questions from Saturday, and I was like answering in person and then in messages till late night. I even like prepared documents. Then on Sunday they like didn't read my messages. I was okay, and on Monday this person became as well replying me, but I provided everything that I could possible share, and was thinking that it could be helpful as they asked me, but in return it was blame that I'm wrong, that I have been changed, and that I didn't provide other documents they were expected from me, and etc. So in my like help to other, I there was return of disrespect, as I can see. So the way that I decided to resolve this issue, I thought that maybe someone else can help you, that I'm not so suitable for you to be of help to you. And after that, this person is like, oh, okay, thank you. So yeah, like previously, of course, because it was triggering me inside my heart and it was so emotional. Yeah, but I was trying to be calm and I was trying to remember karma and emptiness, that I should not be angry at this person, to not implant it, and that I should provide whatever I can at this moment, and their answer is not coming from what I'm providing them at the moment, but from my past states of disrespectful attitude, etc. So it was kind of purification. I'm rejoicing that we have this wisdom and dedicate that everyone can develop the perfection of not getting angry.
Very good. Everyone can develop the perfection of any of the perfections. Very good. Whether they know about the Dharma and the terrible things that happen when you get mad at people, just not getting mad is a trait that any religion would cherish, and anybody should be able to develop the ability of not getting angry. So good. Okay. Do I have, Tatiana, who's in Paris right now.
Практически.
I'm practical in Paris.
Я очень
Hello,
рада видеть
everyone.
вас,
I'm very
дорогие
happy to see you
учителя, и
all,
всех
dear teacher,
студентов
and
тоже.
all the students.
Ну, меня испытывает на прочность уже 2,5
I have
месяца.
the
Тяжело об этом
trial 2
говорить.
months and a half. I have difficulties.
Вот.
It's very difficult to say about it.
Но я все больше анализирую, почему
I
это происходит.
analyze more
И
why is it happening with me.
гордыня, вранье,
It is pride, it
оцепенение.
is lie and disconnection.
Вот сегодня мне очередной раз
And
прилетел
today
привет.
I've got
Я
hello
не
from
успела
the
остановиться
past,
и
but I
не втянулась в
stopped
перепалку.
and I didn't get angry
Я
about it.
замечательная, и не надо на меня говорить такие слова.
I thought about myself that I'm okay.
Я вспомнила, где
I
я
didn't want
себя
to
вела.
listen to these words. I remembered my deeds in the past.
Ну, в общем, практика дает
So
свои плоды.
the practice gives the
Я
fruits.
благодарю. У меня все.
I'm happy about it. Thank you so much.
Good. Well, putting into practice what we're teaching is about the greatest honor I can have. So thank you. Okay, my turn. I rejoice in that how can I put this? My wife has not had much of an appetite lately, and it's got me concerned. So I'm trying to come up with new recipes. I have some stock standard recipes that I cook often, and I'm trying to come up with new versions or new stock recipes. And I'm trying to get her more interested in eating. She's not wasting away, but she just doesn't seem to be interested in eating. Now I can see my not being interested in eating because I can't taste anything, but her not being interested in eating has me a little worried. So instead of worrying about it as much as I could, I'm doing something about it by trying to have a variety of things to eat. So trouble is, we both like potatoes. So she likes sweet potatoes. I suppose I like sweet potatoes. But Mike, I made this is interesting. So I cut the sweet potatoes into slices, which I call medallions. And then I cook them in the solar oven. And I take them out and I put a mixture of mayonnaise, sliced black olives, and green chili, roasted green chili, as a sauce over the top. So I enjoy that because I like mayonnaise, I like olives, and I like sliced green chilies. Well, she scraped the sauce off, put it to the side, and ate the yams, then ate the sauce. I said, "Dear, is there something wrong with the sauce?" She goes, "I don't like mayonnaise as much as you do." So my attempts didn't work out so well last night, but it's a challenge. Oh, I found something out that I rejoice in this because we don't have milk in the house for the most part because we both really like it. And I made hard-boiled eggs of all the eggs we had. So I wanted to make pancakes we usually eat pancakes on Sunday, and well, we often do. And so, Mike, I don't want to have to turn in my wanting to be a chef credentials, but I made pancakes with flaxseed as a substitute for the egg, and that worked very well. And then I used water instead of milk. And you'd be surprised. I was surprised. They came out pretty well. A little bit heavy, but they did the job of holding the syrup and the butter. So that's all I can ask of a pancake. But still, using water instead of milk. I just decided it was the liquid that was important. Are the proteins in milk sufficiently important in cooking?
Yeah, it just gives it more like it would be like fluffier. It gives it more like structure.
Okay. So anyway, I rejoice that worked out. Oh, I came up with a new topic for me to write about. I thought I'd written all my topics, but I have one more, which is my wife is going to say, sure. I haven't told her yet, but it's one remaining question I've had for a long time. And I did research on it last night, staying up far too late. But I think I have an answer to the question, but I need to back it up with references. And I believe there are two references I needed. I think I found one of them. And the other one, a friend in the Air Force, historian in the Air Force, who lives in Washington, D.C., has promised he'll go to a particular archive and see if he can find this one document for me. Now, he's promised this before, but when I wrote Scott, his name, when I wrote him 2 days ago, instead of saying, "So, have you gotten around to doing what you said you do?" I just started over and said, "Scott, I have this request. Would it be possible for you to do it?" And he said he'd do it this week. So I'm holding my breath that he actually is going to do it. Okay. So what's up next? Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, Part 1, Purifying, Class 4, Purifying Bad Deeds. As usual, we're having technical difficulties. Okay. Before we go any further, we have some review questions. What's Lord Maitreya's definition of bodhicitta? You can do the short version. I don't hear you, Anna.
If I remember clear, it's a wish to achieve enlightenment for the sake of every living being.
Right. Good. Okay, that's the short version. The long version's more flowery, but that's a short version. Okay, next question. List the 3 general types of suffering described in the guide.
Suffering of changes, and I don't remember the word in English. Suffering which deep, all covered suffering.
Pervasive.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm looking for a slightly different list. I'll give you a hint. Sufferings, offerings. I said suffering. I meant the 3 general types of offerings described in the guide. So offerings which have no owner. So that'd be like mountains, a sunset, nicely colored leaves. Offerings of one's own body, offering to do something for somebody. And offerings of things you emanate with your thoughts. Okay, last question. How is it that taking refuge protects us? So,
We're taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha jewels, and we are remembering about emptiness. In the moment when we are irritated and want to yell back, we will remember about emptiness, that it will trigger our sufferings further, and we will stop ourselves from planting bad karma.
very good. The refuge doesn't protect us. The refuge cord, like I've used in my example, wearing a protection cord doesn't stop bad things happening to you. It can't. But it can remind you where the thing happening is coming from and what to do when it happens. So it's understanding of karma and emptiness being 2 sides of the same coin. This protects us by causing us to pause and react with wisdom rather than ignorance. Okay. Next, I spaced on nirvana. I'm embarrassed I didn't have a better answer for you, but here we go. You have nirvana with something left over. You attain nirvana and still have your body left over to finish this life, as well as the karmic seeds. Nirvana with nothing left over, you attain nirvana and don't have a body after you die. You still have some karmic seed. And to attain nirvana takes more than just seeing emptiness directly. I tried to look this up and didn't have any success. There are 10 Bodhisattva bhumis, 10 levels. Once you become a Bodhisattva, having seen emptiness directly. And those 10 levels are what you need to complete in order to reach nirvana. Okay. So, removing obstacles to achieving bodhicitta is our class for today. We're going to talk about the preliminaries. They're a warm-up to purify your mind of harmful karmic seeds from past harmful behavior. These are the true obstacles to achieving bodhicitta. So, obviously, this is going to involve remembering the 4 laws of karma. So, Katya, what's the first law of karma?
The law of karma, the first one is that the sufferer exists.
That's Those are four Arya truths.
Yeah. That everything has a result. If you plant,
Karma is definite. Good results, good deed results of good, something good, bad, and bad. What's the second one? Anna.
Karma is growing. Yeah.
Karma increases with time, exactly. And as I said before, I looked high and low for the somewhere in the sutras that said it doubles every 24 hours. I never found it. Pabonka Rinpoche talks about in the Vajrayogini text that I have. But so I asked the Harampa Geshe in South Africa, and he said it's not so much that it doubles in time, is that it increases quickly. And doubling every 24 hours is a good way of imagining or understanding it grows with time. Okay, what's the third law of karma? Avilda.
Is that the one where if you don't do the action, you don't get the result?
Right. Karma cannot be transferred. So this is an important thing to remember when you're doing Tonglen. When you're doing Tonglen, you're taking someone's pain and suffering on your breath. You can't take their karma for cancer away. You can't do that. You can't get cancer from them. You can get cancer, but it's not what you did with them. Okay, and the fourth law? Mike. Oh, you're out of the picture.
If you do a action, you have to get the result.
Right, except we find out that, well,
I thought you can purify it.
there are
Yeah.
three exceptions to actually having it. The first one, anger directed at a bodhisattva destroys your root of virtue. So, if you've done a virtuous thing, a virtuous karma, it can be destroyed by an anger at a bodhisattva. A total rejection of karma and emptiness destroys your root of virtue. And the four powers of purification can severely damage a karmic seed. So, the four powers of purification. Refuge. Your refuge is your knowledge of karma and emptiness, understanding what's happening with the incident in question. In our lineage, we talk about once you've fallen down, you need something solid to push yourself back up so you can get back to the basics, taking refuge in the three jewels, etc. So a very important thing for your practice and understanding the four powers of purification is by understanding karma and emptiness, your foundation is karma and emptiness, then you can go back and look at what happened. So you're kind of taking a breather saying, well, I'm really annoyed at this driver. They're using a cell phone and driving poorly. So I know that I need to go back to my foundation, my understanding of karma and emptiness, the foundation, and remind myself of what's going on with this person, this car that's on their cell phone. At first you think you're doomed, but then as you succeed in catching yourself, you can see how I think karma and emptiness is the ultimate game. Causing yourself quickly and catching yourself quickly and stopping, you form the habit to do the wrong deed, so you can form the habit to stop it. regret. Now, this is taught, I think Geshe taught the regret is the first step and a refuge is the second. You can teach it either way. So regret. Intelligent regret, not guilt. You understand your ignorant action will come back to you karmically. This is a regret of a person who understands how karma is planted in the mind and how once you have committed a bad deed, you just set yourself up to suffer in the future. This intelligent regret is very different from feeling guilty. Regret comes from understanding how karma works and the consequences of present action. And this is where the past is your present, the present is your future comes from. If you understand that and nothing else and adhere to that, you're going to do okay. Because that's the understanding we have of past and future lives. There are 4 steps used by Master Shantideva in his explanation of the second of the 4 forces, regret. An explanation of the process of developing regret, which is attained through considering the way in which a negative seed has been committed. Why do we do any deed that is harmful? Because it looks like you can get what you want from it. Think of when you do something that's harmful. You're slipping into the thought that if I do this bad deed, I can get what I want. When you understand, if you stop and catch yourself, you understand that you're doing a bad deed does not result. It may look like it results and you're getting a good outcome, but that's not what's happening because we know doing a bad deed cannot result in a good result. So we need to catch ourselves. That's where habit seems, and habit would say, well, if I do this, if I do that, this always happens. So I can keep doing it. Well, the two aren't related. So we really need to catch ourselves thinking that a bad deed will result in a good outcome, or a good deed will result in a bad outcome. Master Shantideva says, what do you really get? An imprint in your mind of a negative karma that will stay and grow beyond this lifetime into some awful ripening. All of this for a temporary pleasure. So catch yourself. Catch yourself and don't do it. Break the habit. What's a habit I want to break? I want to break sitting at my computer all day. I want to, my wife yesterday said, I'm going to go run some errands. You want to come with me? And a month ago, I would have said, no, I'm busy. But yesterday I said, yes, let's go do something. And the smile on her face was worth every penny. And we had a night, it was just half an hour to go pick up a medication, drop off some dry cleaning. But just to see the smile on her face was worth the price of admission. The second of his concepts about regret, the practice of developing regret out of fear that one might die while still possessing the karma of negative deeds. So you want to develop this regret issue and act on it so that when you die, you don't have this popping up in your brain and have this be part of your completion karma. So actually yesterday morning I got up and I had cold sweats. I don't know if that means anything. That's where you're not working out. You get the cold sweats, clammy feeling on your skin. And I thought for a minute I might be getting ready to have a heart attack. Just because, as my wife has said more than once, my idea of medicine is a good reason I'm not a doctor. So as I was having this cold flush feeling, I was just thinking, what if it is a heart attack? And I thought to myself, if it's a heart attack, you have nothing to complain about. Your wife knows you love her. You've accomplished the things you wanted to do in life. I'm not saying I'm ready to die, although maybe I am. I'm not suicidal. I've just done a good death meditation and am constantly trying to make sure that if this is the moment, I'm okay with it. Master Shantideva says, a person sentenced to have a hand cut off, when the time comes, they beg, cry, struggle, and tear. Yet this is nothing compared to the terror of death, when you will be ripped from your body with the pain which is incomparable. Pain caused by past bad karma. By observing this process, we have a window into the future, a view of regret that will come too late. So clear this up now. Get that bad karma out of the way. So, purify, purify, purify. Start with the worst things you have done and work at it diligently, and then you can, with hard work, die in relative peace. And see the practice of developing regret by considering especially how you have committed negative deeds which are meaningless. Master Shantideva says, think of all things you do bad deeds for, your friends, your body, getting things. Don't do bad deeds to help others, period. A bad deed, an ethical mistake, cannot ripen into something positive. Now, I would say there's an exception to that, just from my own thought process. You do a bad deed, catch yourself, regret it, then a bad deed was positive in a sense, because you recognized that it was wrong and you corrected it. The practice of learning to fear negative actions. Now, that pretty well summarized by the idea of your past is your present and present is your future. Restraint force, the resolution not to do the deed again. This is the one that makes the four forces work, resolving not to do the bad deed for a realistic amount of time. So you'll not also be telling a lie by saying that you'll never do it again. When you slip or forget and do it again. So the restraint force, I think everybody takes the restraint force for granted. Oh, I won't do it again. So it's okay. if I do it again. The restraint force, oh, that's a good example. Well, something as mundane as using a sharp knife and cutting towards you. Now, my mother taught me never to do that. My mother always also taught me to take the extension cord out of the wall by the plug and not just pull on the wire. I think that's something that's in every mother's handbook. So where's it going with this? Oh, so can I say I'll never pull the cord out by the cord instead of the plug? No. But after I do that, I can say to myself, you know that's wrong. It's the first time you've done it in 15 years, but you still did it. So be consciously aware of what you did that was wrong that you're trying to break the habit of. And that's the key for me. Think clearly as to the thing you just did and what you need to do to break the habit. So by cutting with a knife toward myself, I'm on anticoagulation medication, so I could bleed out pretty quickly if I get a serious cut. So as I'm cutting the cardboard box to fold it up, make it ready for recycling, I need to catch myself with a habit of thinking it's okay just this once to cut towards myself, and say it's never okay. So that's a restraint in an odd sense. The restraint is knowing that cutting toward myself is dangerous and not doing it anyway. And then saying, I won't do it again for the rest of the day or the next time I see a cardboard box. Now, this all seems pretty mundane, and it is. But it's a little thing that I catch myself doing habitually that are the ones probably causing me my greatest problems because they're a habit. What's another habit? Can't think of one right. Okay. Promise that you won't have that negative thought for the next hour. Or I won't do that negative deed at all in the next month. Something realistic. But don't make it like you won't do it in the next 5 minutes. Sure, you won't do it in the next 5 minutes. That's cake. Give yourself some time to actually slip back into your old habit. We collect a vast amount of karma, mostly non-virtuous, each day. Doing purification once in a while will not be sufficient enough to destroy these vast accumulations of negative deeds. You must do karma purification consistently and frequently, or it will never keep pace with and overcome your negativities. You should do the 4 forces every day, and you don't have to be in meditation to do so. The antidote force, undertaking any activity to make up for what you did, overcoming our bad habits. So 6 antidote activities. The first one, study the scriptures that teach emptiness. You must have in mind that you are studying for the purpose of purifying a specific misdeed. Even just 15 minutes of study is okay. Meditate on emptiness. This is the most powerful because the understanding of emptiness is the only way to really understand karma and what that motivates you to do. Meditating on emptiness steadily is the only way to get to direct perception of emptiness. Recite secret mantras. In order for a mantra to work, it has to be composed by a very holy being. The person who is reciting it must have a good heart and pure motivation. If both these qualities are present, mantras can be, mantras can be pretty incredibly powerful. To use a mantra for purification, think of the bad deed, wish to purify it as you recite the mantra. So what I did in 3-year retreat is I had this circular path. It wasn't a circle, it was a loop trail. I can't remember how long it measured, but I walked the distance, and I have a 30-inch stride. So I was able to figure out roughly how many feet I'd walked. So I walked to chew up the time and allow me to do some serious mantra offerings, verbal offerings. And 3 got me a little bit of exercise. But where's I going with this? Oh. So don't just recite a mantra. Recite it for a reason. The 100-syllable Bodhisattva mantra is a quite powerful one to recite. Gadamliyagama is another one. There's the practice of the holy bodies, making altars, statues, paintings, stupas, etc., of the images and forms of holy beings. I don't know if you've seen the art setup for someone making a tanka, but it's incredible. There's a certain set of lines that has to be a certain. So the tanka you want to make is this big. Well, let's say it's this big. Then there's a formula of lines and spacings that you have to meet in order for it to be, well, I hesitate to call it, but an authentic attempt at an authentic tanka. I had the opportunity to see one being drawn when I got my Yamataka initiation in not Santa Cruz. It's in the Bay Area, but anyway. The holy bodies. I didn't make they were called satsas, TSA. They're the little plaster of Paris items you make out of a mold. Sometimes they're quite big. I haven't done that. Practice giving. This is the offering practice. Practice the names. Learning to recite the names of holy beings with devotion. 35 Buddha practice would be an example of this. So I found some interesting points about purification detail I wanted to share with you. A very powerful practice of purification removes the effects of a bad deed from its very roots. So, a very powerful practice of the 4 powers of purification can remove a bad deed from its very roots. implying you can cause it to not ripen. Now, does it go away or does it just not ripen? And that's an interesting thought because it's pretty important. If it goes away, nothing you do in the future will ripen it because it's been destroyed. But if it doesn't go away, then it could come back and bite you. So this is implying a very powerful practice of purification for the four powers can remove the effects of a bad deed from its very roots. This doesn't mean doing it in 5 minutes or in one day. This means every night before you go to bed, you do a 15 or 20-minute four powers, and you identify the common themes throughout all your days as to what are the karmas you want to get rid of. And then you start doing that. But it's not a simple 7 ingredients. That's not enough. It's a start, but you have to remember to make it an actual, what I consider an actual practice. A medium practice makes the karma lighter. A minimum practice of purification keeps the power of the karma from increasing. So you have a power, you have a karma, but if you want the karma to increase in power, you need to do the four powers. The result of purification is that the intention part of the karmic path is ripped out and dramatically lessens the ripening impact. So, prostrating, going for refuge, and making offerings are the warm-up to prepare you to purify. You must do the warm-ups in order for the purification to work. So this is why putting it into your meditation preliminaries, if you do that, do the four powers there, you've done yet another four powers. It's easy to remember because when you meditate, you need to do the preliminaries. Prostrating, going for refuge, and making offerings are a warm-up to prepare you to purify your mind of past deeds. The four powers practice takes great self-control and is very powerful and is a lifetime practice. It should be at least be part of your meditation preliminaries. So who can give me the short form of the meditation preliminaries? With my body, speech, and mind humbly I prostrate. I make offerings both set out and confess my wrong deeds from all time. I rejoice in the virtues of all. Please stay until samsara ceases and turn the wheel of Dharma for us. I dedicate all virtues to the great enlightenment. You should be able to say that in your own language by Thursday. I'm serious. I can't tell you how comforting something that simple can be when you're in a fearful situation. More than once I've been scared or worried, and I go through that, and it helps tremendously. That's where memorization comes for me. There are parts of three principal paths that pop into my mind, source of all my good. The Vajragini sadhana, the White Tara sadhana, that pop into my mind and can often provide great comfort in distressing situations. Oops. Okay, 6 preliminaries to meditation. Clean up and tidy up your room. That's pretty obvious. Do your 3 prostrations. If you've taken refuge, which you must have if you're in these classes, you need to do 3 prostrations in the morning and 3 in the evening. So get them out of the way. Clean up, tidy up your room, hit those 3 prostrations. You've done your refuge commitment for the morning. Offerings, water bowl offering to the 5 senses. You fill and empty the bowls from the left, empty bowls at night to signify you're ready to die now. Wipe the bowls before filling. You can wipe them or take a stick of burning incense. So you pick up the bowl, do the burning incense, put it back down inverted, and you do that for each of the 7 or 8 bowls. I have a video we made for doing water bowl offerings. I'll send that to Svetlana and she can send it around. Posture. Put your left foot up first. Go for refuge and generate bodhicitta. So, visualize the merit field. Start simply by visualizing the silhouette of your Lama, root Lama, or whomever. Then begin to add features, color, details. See as young and vibrant without physical defects. Purify obstacles. Gather goodness by the 7 steps. Confession acts to remove negative energy before meditation. And the other 6 to accumulate. The other 6 to accumulate positive energy. Galan Yagyam is a 7 ingredient practice focused on Jaisalma Kapal. And that's what we use in our class in the preliminaries. So 7 steps. You've gone through steps 1 through 5. 5 is expanded into the 7-step preliminaries. With my body, speech, and mind, humbly I prostrate. You go down slowly, wishing not to go to have birth in the hell realm. You go up quickly, taking all beings in the lower realms up with you. How many of you remember you have 3 prostrations, one for the teacher, one for the teaching, and those who follow the teaching? That's why I do 3. Offering bowls, water to wash, water to drink, flowers to fill the sky, lamps to light the way, incense to please the senses, perfume to anoint the body, food to nourish the body, and music to please the ear. You should have those offerings memorized. Confession, purification of broken vows, and rejoicing, be glad about the good things which you did and others have done. It's more powerful to rejoice about your own goodness than that of others. It multiplies your virtue and potential exponentially to be very happy about your own deed. It also, as we've talked before, rejoicing in someone else's good deeds gets you a certain amount of merit. I have not been able to find out more detail on this because I'm really curious. If the person you're rejoicing in is a lesser practitioner than you, you get double the merit they got for doing a good deed. If they're the same as you, you get no increase. If they're higher than you, but you're rejoicing about something Geshe Michael has done, then you get half the karmic consequence that they did. If you rejoice in the actions of enlightened beings, deities, you get vast amounts of merit. Jason Kapa wrote, I believe in the teaching notes we have. If not, I'm confusing with something else I've seen. The easiest, cheapest, simplest, fastest way to gain great storehouses of merit is to rejoice in other people's good deeds. So rejoice in the virtues of all is rejoicing in everybody's good deeds. Turn the wheel of Dharma, requesting the holy beings to teach. Ask the holy beings to stay and not to break your relationship or to die. And there's the dedication. And number 6 of the 6 preliminaries, requesting to enable your ability to increase. Request to change ability in every path from simplest beginning to highest one. After requesting, observe the being through your crown into your heart and get on with your meditation. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. So, how are we doing on time? Okay, any questions? Most of this is review. Yoga. Okay, well, let's dedicate this practice. O Gurus, Buddhists, Bodhisattvas, please listen to what I now say. Just as the previous Sugatas generated the mind of enlightenment and practice in accordance with the Bodhisattva precepts, so shall I too, in order to benefit all that live, give birth to bodhicitta and follow its precepts. By the pureness of the power of my intention, by the power of the blessings of those gone thus, by the power of the realm of emptiness, and all the goals that I may have and all my wishes, whatever they may be, come true with perfect ease. Okay, your assignment's an easy one. Know the 7 ingredients by heart for Thursday. And you will have to say them on video, on camera to me. And you can't be looking down at a piece of paper. And you can't take the piece of paper up on the monitor. It's only 7 lines. You can remember them. If you want to be the teacher's pet, say them in English. Okay, thank you for the opportunity to teach. And we'll see you on Thursday. And I will send Svetlana the rework notes right now so she can forward them to you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you for teaching.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Please stay.